Anyone can go from getting 0 wins and no kills to winning almost every game they play with 10 plus kills in Fortnite within only a matter of weeks, possibly even days, by using the strategies that I'll be going over in this video. Hey guys, my name is Storm Ranger. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to get better at Fortnite, get exclusive items easily, and improve at all sorts of other Fortnite related things, you can start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss out on anything. Okay, so I have narrowed down the different ways of improving at Fortnite down to 5 main strategies that I'll be going over in this video. If you can focus on using these 5 strategies when you are playing, you will improve at Fortnite faster than you may expect. So be sure to watch this video until the very end, because each of these strategies, especially the last one on this list, are vital to your improvement at the game. So the first strategy is to reflect on your mistakes. Now what I mean by this is whenever you finish fighting an opponent, look back on the fight and see what you did right and what you did wrong. If it is a fight that you lost, or at least nearly lost, look back on what point of the fight you lost control over the situation. It helps tremendously if you record your gameplay. If you play on PC, you can spend a few dollars and buy a screen recorder, like what I use, Screenbits. If you're on console, you can use built-in functions which allow you to record any fight you get into after you've already had the fight. If you're on mobile, especially the iPhone, you can use a built-in screen recording function to record anything. And finally, if you are a disgusting human being and play on a Mac, you can use QuickTime Player. Anyway, the ability to reflect on your mistakes is vital, because doing so will ensure that you learn from your mistakes and do not repeat them. Therefore, you will never stop improving at the game. And if you're serious about getting better, I suggest that every time you die, you write down what mistake that you made which led to your death. This will give you a better idea of which mistakes you frequently make, so you can focus on improving those mistakes. But overall, as long as you spot your mistakes and work hard to not make them again, you will quickly get better. But this strategy only works if you use it along some of the other strategies that I go over in this video, so definitely make sure to stick around until the end. And the second strategy may be a bit more fun. This is to play with others who are better than you. This may seem kind of obvious, but it is something that most Fortnite players do not do. If you are playing with others who are better than you, you can observe what exactly they do that makes them better than you. Also, their likely more aggressive playstyle will help you push more fights and give you the confidence that you need to improve. It's kind of like the phrase, fake it until you make it. Over time, their skills will rub off on you, and as you learn from them, you'll eventually find yourself just as good as they are. Now regarding how to meet people, you can feel free to make friends down in the comment section below, and to help your comment be seen by others, like I always do, I will be hearting all of the comments that I see of those who are looking for friends to play with. Of course, while using this strategy, you may be playing with others, you're not exactly watching them play, which brings us to our third strategy, which is to watch others play Fortnite, specifically professional streamers. Now when I started playing the game, it was my goal to improve as quickly as possible. I was so obsessed with the game back then that whenever I couldn't play Fortnite, I would be watching videos related to it. I would watch some of the best games from the most skilled streamers on YouTube and see what they did that made them so good. I looked at what their keybinds were, how they reacted to fights, how they improved their aim, and everything else to make sure that I knew what made the professionals so much better than everyone else. One thing in particular that I focused the most on were how they built in reaction to other players. This is not a category of its own in this video, but Fortnite is a game of strategy, and when success is not determined on who has the best accuracy or who can build the fastest, but instead is determined on who has the best strategy. So be sure to learn the best strategies from the streamers so you can outsmart your opponents in any fight, no matter how good their building or accuracy may be. But wrapping back around to my main point here, without watching the professionals play Fortnite, I would have never learned so much about the game so fast, this knowledge being vital to me both playing Fortnite and making YouTube videos on it too. Now the fourth, and possibly one of the most important strategies, with the exception of the last of course, is to practice. Yes, I know, this strategy is pretty obvious, but that is because it is so important. When playing Fortnite, be sure to get into as many fights as possible, because you're never going to improve if you don't play the game. Do not camp. Every second that you spend not fighting others is a second that you are not improving for. But also, don't land at overpopulated locations, because there's a heavy luck factor in what goes on and whether you live or die. Ideally, especially if you are new to the game, you will want to play in the game mode Team Rumble. Here, because you can respawn, you can get into 25 plus fights easily within only about 10 minutes. So if you want to practice and get better, play in this game mode. However, your practice won't go anywhere if you do not use my fifth and the final strategy, which is of course to play consistently. What I mean is to play Fortnite on a regular basis. If you use any of these strategies I covered in this video only once, you will not improve. However, if you are playing Fortnite anywhere from just a few minutes to a few hours a day, using these strategies I mentioned, you will improve over time. I do not suggest trying to improve all in one session. Spending an hour a day over 10 days will get you much further than playing 10 hours in a single day. This is because the human brain gets tired of doing the same thing repetitively and needs consistent breaks in order to keep on improving. The consistency will allow our brains to over time improve significantly at doing a task such as playing Fortnite. But as long as you're playing Fortnite on a consistent and regular basis, along with using the strategies that I mentioned in this video, you will improve at Fortnite in no time. If you enjoyed this video and want to support me, you can use code StormRanger when purchasing anything in the Fortnite item shop. And if this is your first time here, you want to learn how to get better at Fortnite, get exclusive items easily, and improve at all sorts of other Fortnite-related things, you can start out by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss out on anything. Finally, you can click this card right here to learn how to use split screen in Fortnite. But that's all I have for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.